Hello and welcome to Sun City Bliss. I'm your host, Soraya Palacios. I'm at the EOC where staff has been working diligently since the start of this pandemic. During this difficult time, our community has come together more than ever in order to protect each other. COVID-19 is still lurking in our city, and this deadly virus has already affected both El Paso and Fort Bliss. Our health officials have taken extraordinary measures to keep our residents safe. Now, as the city is carefully reopening our economy, health officials advise that it is critical El Paso move forward with caution and due diligence. City and county officials have amended the local emergency directive in response to Governor Greg Abbott's plan, which allows local governments to require businesses to adopt and enforce health policies that include face covering requirements.
The latest amendment to our emergency order had to do with face coverings. The only thing that the medical community and the medical experts agree on to stop the spread of this pandemic is face coverings, social distancing, and the frequency of washing your hands.
Fort Bliss has also been proactive in maintaining veterans, military personnel, and their families safe during this pandemic. Their mission never stops, even in a pandemic. As their work continues, safe measures have been established to continue the mission.
We're testing each soldier when they come onto the installation. We quarantine them for 14 days. We do a daily temperature check. We also do a COVID-19 test on them twice during that time to make sure we're protecting our workforce, we're protecting our population here on Fort Bliss, and we're also protecting the El Paso population. So, we have soldiers coming from all 50 states. And so some of them are coming from areas that have high COVID population. And so we want to make sure before they come on the installation and they are allowed to use our facilities that they are COVID free.
Preparing soldiers for deployment is not an easy task. David Poe shares with us how our military gets ready.
When you take care of warfighters who are actively supporting missions across 5 continents, teleworking is not an option. The Soldier Readiness Processing Center at Fort Bliss, Texas, resumed deployment operations May 9th with a wealth of coronavirus mitigation protocols in place to ensure the safety of deploying and redeploying soldiers and civilians as they processed through Fort Bliss. As the coronavirus pandemic unfolded this spring, the Mobilization Brigade adapted SRPC processes to continue safe and effective deployment operations. Fort Bliss is one of 2 active Joint Mobilization Force Generation installations within the Department of the Army and is the largest within the Department of Defense. Almost 50,000 warfighters received mobilization support here in 2019. Some SRPC coronavirus controls include requiring face coverings and implementing social distancing throughout facilities, conducting off-site mass coronavirus symptom screenings, and physically managing foot traffic on heavy processing days to minimize contact wherever possible. Although the SRPC is a Fort Bliss garrison asset, the day-to-day operations are entrusted to soldiers and civilians from varying military and civilian backgrounds.
So right now, currently, we have the RSG, which is in charge of the overall mission, and we have the MSU commands inside the same building. The MSU is a medical support unit out of Tennessee. We've been able to seamlessly integrate the COVID-19 screening as well as precautions in the process because of the MSU on ground, as well as some of the experienced individuals we have that have worked with sea burning missions in the past, as well as medical missions in the past as well. We have an excellent group of NCOs who are experienced. We're able to do the research based on CDC guidance, preventive medicine guidance here on post from William Beaumont, and integrate everything inside the process.
Reporting from Fort Bliss, Texas, I'm David Poe.
As you can see, Fort Bliss continues to take extraordinary efforts in continuing its mission, all while keeping our soldiers safe. Keeping our community safe is a #1 priority, but it takes everybody to make this happen. We are all susceptible to the virus, but there are certain individuals who are most at risk.
The people that is most at risk of developing complications from COVID-19 and even dying from it is older people, those that are 65 and over, those people that have underlying medical conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, also risk factors that also can have a negative effect on the health and well-being of the people are smoking, drinking, and obesity.
If you are experiencing any COVID-19 symptoms, The city offers many options on where you can go to get tested free of charge.
Well, we have a lot of testing options around the city now, so that's really important to know. There are places at Walmart. The CVS has some sites. The school districts have opened some sites. And we have the military testing teams that are here as well in conjunction with what we do. So we have a number of sites and opportunities for the public now.
These sites are easy and convenient, so if you need to get tested, visit epstrong.org to see the list of testing locations. You can register by phone or online. Adhering to CDC and health official recommendations will help slow the spread of COVID-19. Victoria is here to give us a scoop on how we can stay safe on a segment we call Chips and Guacamole.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm here to give you some tips on what you need to do to keep you and your family safe. I have been very careful on keeping my distance from people. I don't go out, but if I have to, I make sure to put on my face covering. I wash my hands often for at least 20 seconds. Even though I miss my grandparents' hugs and kisses, I want to make sure they stay safe, so I FaceTime them on my iPad. When I do go over to visit them, I do not go inside their house. I talk to them through their large window in front of their house. I want to make sure my grandparents are staying safe because I love them very much. I also miss my friends, but I FaceTime them all the time too. For now, this is what we have to do to be safe. Make sure to do your part to keep your friends and your family safe. Remember to keep your distance from people. Wear your face covering every time you go out. Wash your hands often. Cover your coughs and sneezes into your elbow. And if you can, stay home. Another thing, if you decide to wear gloves when you go out to the store, please throw them away in the trash can. Don't toss them in the car or throw them in the streets. That's gross. Let's do our part to keep everyone safe. See you next time.
Thank you, Victoria, for this very important information. Anybody can get COVID-19. It is extremely contagious, and that is why we urge everybody to take this seriously and practice these safety precautions. Signs and symptoms of COVID-19 include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. If these symptoms appear and do not improve after monitoring them for 14 days, you should contact your healthcare provider or seek medical attention. Again, remember, the city offers free services to get tested. Some people can be asymptomatic, meaning that they are not experiencing any symptoms, but still may be infected. This is why taking proper safety precautions, as Victoria mentioned, is extremely important. The city has taken many precautions to keep all city facilities clean and safe for the community once they reopen.
When we open up as an organization, we are providing all the protective equipment for our folks to wear, and we're also doing a very aggressive testing program so that we can make sure that our employees that come back to work are safe, and the services that they're providing in a safe and responsible manner to our community.
Remember that you can call the COVID-19 hotline Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For referrals to Health and Social Services, dial 211 and select option 6. You can find up-to-date information on COVID-19 by visiting epstrong.org, and for more information on Fort Bliss, visit their website or the Garrison Facebook page. Thank you for watching this edition of Sun City Bliss. Keep up to date by following us on social media. On behalf of Victoria, Jonathan Romo, who's behind the camera, and myself, we'll see you next time.